Today, our podcast was about the pros and cons of school relationships.
Hey guys, my name is Nyla.
My name is Irene.
My name's Leanne.
My name is Charlene.
My name's Jennifer.
My name's Arlette.
And today we're going to be talking about
Drum roll, please.
school relationships. Okay, guys.
How do we feel about it? What's our opinions on it?
Yeah.
I'm single, so I don't know.
I think school relationships can be really good for you.
They're lovely and sweet.
Yes. Everyone has their own experience, but I think they can be really good for you. Not just mentally, but physically.
It's always good to have someone by your side.
To support you in everything you do.
Well, for me, my opinion on school, like relationships and everything, is that it can affect you. Like, not only like you said, like it can be really good for you, but it can also affect you like mentally and like physically. Like, cause I have heard a lot of stories not only from myself, but like from other like friends and like my brother and everything that he had a relationship with, and it was like bad. Like they didn't go to classes, so like it affected them in school, like mostly with their grades and like with like classes and everything. And I think like it is good having a relationship, but at the same time it's like try to like combine it with like school, or if you have to work, it's really hard for you, honestly.
Yeah, but that's why you gotta speak to your partner and make sure you and your partner are on the same page and know what you guys want to focus on. And like if school is your priority, then it should be his as well. You know, it's not like, oh, let's do this because I say like. That's why there's a lot of toxic. Okay, yeah,
Toxicity.
that.
Yeah.
And like
Toxicity,
that's why a lot of people break up. But like, I feel like that's why you need to speak to your partner and know what you guys want.
It really just depends on the couple, I think.
Yeah, like depending on how. I think it just depends on like who your partner is, how you guys are in your guys' relationship. Because I know there's a lot of partners where they feel like they should be your number one priority, and it shouldn't be like that because like school's there, your work's there, sports. Like I think your partner should know what they're getting into before you guys get into that relationship. I feel like you guys like communication, you know.
Yeah.
Communication is key.
Yeah, I do agree. I feel like you should be able to manage, like if you guys are going to be in a relationship, then they should understand that your priorities and manage like work with you, you know, instead of like Arlette said, like trying to like, you know,
Control
be your first.
Yeah, honestly, I think that in a relationship you can grow. Like you could be more responsible. I think you can learn how to be more responsible, like to manage, like, cause you have a lot of stuff to do. So that way, like, you're gonna learn how to manage your time in school, work, family, friends, relationship, like, and your other person has to agree with you, because then like you can't force yourself to be in a bad relationship either, because that could also be bad.
I think that yeah, you guys have a point where you can manage the time, but honestly, like on high school, it's not gonna happen. Like it's rare the like parejitas, like the guy, like yeah, the couples that like can do that. And honestly, yeah, it's really hard because it's like I said, it's rare for the couples to manage that. Honestly, like since high school, it's mostly the first person, or like he's like your first love. He's like the first real boyfriend. So I think like for a person, it's like, oh, like it's because like if you argue with me, okay, it's good. You know what I mean? Or like if you're in school and everything, like it gets you distracted from it. I think it does get you distracted because you're like, I don't want to fight with them, or I don't want to have problems with him, or I don't want to break up with us because I love him and everything. And it's like, I think it gets you trapped to a world where it's like you step aside your responsibilities and like your priority for somebody that like you guys are still in high school, you know, like we're not mature enough to know what a relationship means, and like how can we like personally grow from it.
But I feel like that's the good thing about relationships in high school. Like you learn from it, you mature from it. So like you said, like not all relationships last after high school or even through high school. So I feel like those relationships will help you like learn what's better. learn what's better, how to be mature, how to manage everything for like relationships during your adulthood, you know.
Yeah, but it's true. Like sometimes it could be really toxic because like some people don't understand like what your mind is set to, and like if your partner doesn't agree with you, then it could cause a lot of like mentally issues, and then that affects you in school. Then if you guys like ever get to break up, I feel like it gives you motivation to go to school because now you don't want to see him, you don't want to look at him, and like you start losing interest in school.
Also, I think that it could actually prepare you for the future, because that way you are gonna learn how to set aside what's important, which is school, and then manage your time after for that. And that's how it is in reality. Like there's always something that's gonna be bothering you when you're big. Either it's bills or whatever it is. Like you're gonna learn from it how to manage it.
I did some research about it, and like there was this website that I look at, and we're gonna put the website at the end. And I look at it, and they say that after a breakup, like students actually like do not do better on school. Like there's like a higher percent. Like I don't know if it's like 50% or like most like the students that have a breakup, like they don't do better when they come out of the breakup. They do worse. Like their tests, their exam, like their exams in general, their grades go down, and honestly, like their motivation to going to school decreases because they're not motivated, or because they're sad, or because they have that feeling of like loneliness because that person is not there no more. I heard like the study and everything, and I saw that like a lot of students do like freak out, and they have like anxiety attacks, and like a lot of like things that like ruin like their mental health, and like it ruins them not by like just like a month or like weeks. It ruins them like for a long time, and that actually affects them like in their future, you know. It does grow you out because then like in the future you're gonna see that it was not worth it, but it does like fuck you up, you know.
Yeah, well, in my opinion, I think the whole opposite, because if there is a breakup, there's always a partner that tries to do better, so they see what they lost. They go to the gym, they get in shape, they do all this and that to have fun, so they see what the other partner lost. Like I feel like it's not like you shouldn't like depress yourself or like stay in a room or like be bad in school. You should show them that you are better than them, and that shouldn't let you be down. That's mostly mentally. If you're that weak because somebody left you, then that's something. It's something that you need to fix, because like honestly, if someone like ever decides to break up, you should do better for yourself and make them realize what they lost.
But I think not a lot of people think the same way. Like not a lot of people are gonna have like the motivation like for each one
Well,
has their own opinion.
that's why you should love yourself first before you even get in a relationship.
Yes,
Because that person can make you lose your love for yourself. Because you know they did something wrong. Like that depends on you.
Yeah, and I also think that how Jenny said, by doing all of that, like being in a relationship increases your self-esteem, and it also improves like your social status, because that way you're gonna learn how to communicate with others. You're gonna feel more good about yourself. You're gonna feel confident, and you're even going to do good in your school, like feeling better for yourself, and mentally and physically.
Yeah, I feel like a high school relationship, like most of them are mainly just part of a fun high school experience, you know, like a lot of them do last after high school. Like it's just like fun, you know, to have somebody to spend your days with during your high school like experiences.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they are good in a way just because it's a growing experience. It's a growth experience, like for you mentally. Like regardless if it's a good relationship, then you're gonna have a good time and you're gonna grow mentally. Like if it's healthy, you're gonna grow mentally. And I feel like even if when you guys break up, that's still gonna be a mental growth for you. And even if you do go into like a depression mode afterwards, it's gonna be way better than what you began with, because it's gonna be an experience, and I feel like it's just an experience for yourself. So
I feel like you had to face. feel
go.
like, I'm sorry. I feel like you have to face serious problems for you to grow, for you to understand and learn, like, because then you always have to learn. You like something always has to happen for you to learn something new. So I think that it's a really good learning experience. Either you're gonna break up or not. Like you're gonna learn so much, and yeah, there's other ways to be able to learn, but like I don't know, I feel like in a relationship you can learn so much about yourself and other persons as well. Like for you to think before you speak, or your actions, like so many things.
Yeah, and like all our relationships are perfect. Like our relationships have problems, you guys have fights, but that also helps you learn. Cause then you communicate with the person the issue, so you guys could do better as like partners and as a person. Because if you let like something like bother you and you don't tell the person, that person's never gonna know it's affecting you, and it's just gonna cause issues in the relationship. So it's always better to communicate and talk with each other for like your relationship to work.
I think in high school we go for looks. Honestly, like the first impression you have from like somebody is their looks, and then you go into the personality and like, oh, he's this and this and that. But like when you first look at somebody and it's attracted to you, it's because of the looks, and you don't know who that person is in reality, and you don't know like where they come from, or like how they like how like they've been raised, and how like they treat like themselves and how they treat others, you know what I mean? And I think it comes a lot from there too, like from like with like where they raised or how their parents are, or like in general how good has been their life or how bad has been their life to make them who they are in a part.
Exactly. I also did some research, and it says that dating in high school exposes people to different personalities, different traits, and different ways of living. And I think that you're right, Charlene, but I think it could also be something like good,
Because you gotta try new things. Like you meeting that person probably could be a good thing or a bad thing. For like either good or bad, you know?
you have to
Because-
experience something to learn about it.
Yeah.
Either bad or good.
Mm-hmm.
You're never going to go to bed without learning something new. And I think
Points of like like this, like, and like how they're like your points, you know what I mean? I get your points. I get like why you guys are saying that. And I'm now pause like there's good things and bad things about relationships, but I think just in high school it's like it's growing you. It's like it's totally 100%. I think like it grows you out a little bit more like in life, and your standards on somebody, because I think like for now, like from my perspective, I have like really big standards when it's knowing the person and getting to know the person, and how like not even for looks, but how they treat people like right there, because there's people that like you know how they are when they treat other people, or when you see them like treat other people like when you guys met, you know what I mean? So it's like it kind of like it is good, but it's kind of scary not knowing like who that person and what can that person do to you.
Like who they really are.
Exactly, because like like you can try new things and everything, but you really don't know the person. You don't know who you're with, and you don't know if that person can be violent to you, or if that person can hit you, or that can physically hurt you and mentally. Because there's a lot of people like on school too, they're like just like scared to break up with their partners because they don't know what they can do, and they don't imagine what they can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, if they're like that and they don't change for you, they're not meant for you. Because every person changes for the right person. And if that person wants to treat you bad, you gotta leave. It doesn't matter how bad it gets. You gotta stand up for yourself and know your worth.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's good, but not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people like
You should know their worth.
But like
That's what sweet Neanderthals are, right, Charlene?
I don't know. I don't think that relationships in high school are bad. Like how I look at it, it's just it depends on who you're getting with. It depends on your partner. Porque también if your partner's just not a good partner, they don't have trust in you, they could take you away from a lot of high school experiences. Like I know that there's like certain people that like they don't like their significant other going out with friends or like hanging out with friends. So then like that'll take you away that'll take you away from like enjoying your time with your friends, you know, like enjoying your time as a kid still, because once you graduate you're going into like the real world, you know. So like I don't know, I feel like depending on how your partner is, if they're like that, they could take a lot from you, like a lot of your high school experience. I know that people sometimes say, I saw this TikTok one time and it was like, what's your biggest regret from high school? And I saw this one girl that she was just talking about how she like regretted dating because that like she just missed out on a lot, because she was always stressed about her relationship. She was always worrying about her relationship was gonna be okay and stuff. So like because of it, she just missed out on like doing a lot, you know. I don't know.
That's where healthy relationships come from.
Yeah, it
That's
really
why
depends on the couple too. Like,
And if your partner likes to go out, you should go out with them.
Yeah.
Don't be the one that lets your partner stay home just because you don't feel like you're by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't want to go, you let your partner, oh, I don't want you to go out and talk to them. Like, don't let your insecurities like ruin your relationship with your partner.
Yeah,
I think
'cause there's a lot
that's
of couples like that. Like one where like one couple will be okay with the other one going out and having fun, and the other person is just like no, you know, like.
Arguing through the phone.
I see
Yeah.
that a lot
What
with
they're
parties.
doing.
So I go out a lot, and like I see that like a lot of like times, and there's a lot of like times where like I see that like people are like couples are arguing, or why you went out with me, who you are, where are you at, send me your location, I'll go pick up from you. And it's like, damn, like give me like a break, you know. And mostly couples are in school, they're in the same school, like, because when they're in the same school, I think it's like it's weird because you spend so much time together with them, and it's like
Yeah, but also you should keep your relationship private. If you don't want nobody to know your business, keep it private.
Yeah,
I feel like
Yes.
they see you as a school couple, but they don't know what actually goes in with you guys outside of school or.
I feel like when your relationship is out there, people will try to get in between you guys. They will feed things into your head, and then that's when like a bunch of problems start, and then that's when the relationship goes toxic.
yes, 100%.
It's also really important, like before getting into a relationship, is getting to know the person, like, you know,
Who they actually
Yeah.
are.
like for example, like Charlene says, she likes to go out and all that. Like if she was the right to take away their fun, you know, like.
That's
Expecting
why
them.
you guys
Talking
get
them.
to talking stage. Get to know
Yeah.
each other, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Yes.
And I feel like how Charlene says, you don't know who the person is, but I feel that first you have to get to know them, and then you could see at least a little bit of how they are. And if you don't like it, and if that's not your type of person, like that you don't like, then why would you then just drop it? Because why would you want someone like that in your life? Like there's always so many opportunities, so many people in this world, and you could always meet new people, and like there's always gonna be one correct for you.
For how many months do you guys think somebody should get in a relationship?
Like how many months they should be
Until
talking?
like talking
Like
stage.
not talking stage, but how many months do you guys like personally think like, oh, like I can like
You should know
you
somebody.
should know nobody, and
until
you're like, oh, like I want to be with this person.
I think honestly, I live by the 3-month rule. Dude,
Yeah.
I live by that rule. Like
If
if
you
like I give it 3 months before like either it happens or it just doesn't happen.
I give it 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
I think 3 to 6 months.
Yeah,
I think
because my relationship before I got into a serious relationship, it took 5 months to
5
get
months.
to
It
really
took
know
me
them.
like
and I saw your relationship, and it was so pretty. Like both of them has been like I saw both of your relationships, and it has been really good, honestly.
Yeah, and I feel like it's good. It's like a good thing to wait, because I feel like a lot of couples, I feel like they put in so much effort to get that person, and then once they get that person, they stop putting in effort because they already have you, and it's like it shouldn't be that way, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Honestly, for me, it's just like finding out who that person actually is, and like spending enough time or enough like quality of time so that you build a connection with that person, and that you know like who they are, because I feel like you can kind of tell.
Yes.
Once like a few months have passed by, you can kind of tell like how it's gonna turn out, and most of the time it's right.
Yeah, you can
know?
you can even tell like by not even knowing them, their actions, how they speak to other people, their friends, everyone.
How they act with their friends
Yes,
is a big one.
exactly.
That's something like really like
How they
big
act.
about
Or
like,
like what they're known for. You have to do a
Yes.
little bit of research, you guys. You have to like stop.
I feel like what they know for it's good and it's bad. You know what I mean? Cause like if they know for like, cause I don't really know that, cause a lot of people like invent so much shit. Guys.
Yeah, and I say this from
A lot
experience.
of people don't like to see you happy.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there's people like if like te tienen riña, like they will do everything possible so you can be seen like as a tool. I've seen that not only with like guys, but like with like especially with girls. But I have seen it on guys too that like they're a great person, like and they can be like the greatest person, but if like they're like classified as like your friend like a hoe or like somebody that gets around a lot or with a lot of girls, it's like it's a red flag right there.
Yeah, and I feel like you had to get that person to you had to get to know that person as well. Like it's not just oh they said this about that person, I'm not gonna talk to him, I'm gonna drop him. No,
Your
you
friends has to do a lot. Like your
Yeah.
who you hang out with, that's a huge impact.
And your
on
best
who you
make
are.
sure they don't just use you for your body. No, get to know what he really wants.
Yes.
Make sure he knows like who you are, how your standards are, because some guys just go and use you for your body and then leave you and they leave you drained, sad, and like oh this and that.
Yeah. That's why before being in a relationship you have to learn how to love yourself, like Jenny said. Before being.
If you don't love
Love yourself.
Yes,
Totally.
exactly.
You said like don't
Don't
like.
let school relationships ruin your learning.
Mhm.
Period. Guys.
Don't be toxic.
Just don't let it interfere with school.
Yeah, don't let it drain you. Be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live your life.
Be yourself.
Love yourself first. Get to know yourself first.
Yeah, and remember it's always a growth experience, like no matter what happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Girl power, guys.
Girl power.